Welcome to Knives of Note. This is a special series that I'm going to do on my private knife collection. These are knives that I have collected over the years, over the decades, and well, knives are a passion of mine, and I believe in see a need, fill a need, and on YouTube when I look to see special knives and things, I don't really see very many. All I see are new knives that are made right now. And well, I search the web and I search everywhere to find real knives with character, knives of note, knives that have been somewhere and can tell a story, knives that are important in some way or another, whether it be the history involved with the knife, or just the absolute coolness of the knife. It could be a brand new knife, that might attract me to it, but then again, that knife would have to be pretty cool because just normal knives are a dime a dozen in my eyes. It takes a special knife to be a knife of note. And this is a series that I'm going to do that are knives that basically I like, that are special for me, and I don't want to offend anybody else with their knife collections and all their knives, because well, I've got some fairly modern knives too that I like, but after doing it for so long, you begin to develop a taste for the special stuff, you know what I mean? The stuff that is very rare, the stuff you don't see. And after a while, you can collect new knives and have literally a ton of new knives because they're so abundant. But when it comes to collectors, they start to become picky, and they need to collect something that they find is very special. So that's where we come in. Okay, so this knife was made when George Washington was alive. John Adams, Thomas Jefferson was alive doing his thing. James Madison was doing the freedom of the press, and Thomas Jefferson was always writing about a simple and inexpensive government. And he delivered his first inaugural address in 1801. That was a busy time, as you can just imagine. All those famous people alive, John Adams and Henry Clay and John Taylor and Francis Scott Key and Daniel Webster. All those guys were around when this knife was around. And well, being that it was made or at least the blade was made the year that George Washington died, it's kind of interesting. The fact that on the spline it says 1813, well, that just tells me that maybe the blade was pre-stamped and made in 1800, and then the knife was made in 1813 or engraved to something commemorate during that time in France. And Napoleon was invading, and so this knife here was even around when Napoleon Bonaparte was over there, and so it just brings that much more historical significance. Who's got a knife from the Lewis and Clark era, or Napoleon's era, or George Washington's era? Lewis and Clark's expedition was between 1803 and 1806. So this guy was the knife maker's shop being made pretty much in that time frame. On the spline, it says 1813, and it is beautifully engraved. Here, let's go ahead and look at the real thing. We'll take a good look at it. Well, I noticed besides all the beautiful file work, that it is of French origin, and that it is got a very, very, very small 1800 engraved. You can barely see it. I don't know if I can get it with the jeweler's loop, but I will try. Here, let me put this down. Anyway, right down in there, it says 1800 on the blade. Very small. It's just a pin. It's very loose, as you can see. It has got little pins with silver conchos down the sides of the knife. Engraving goes all the way around, even onto the liners. You can see the little file work there. So anyway, here it is, all framed up. Let me pan out for you so you can see it. And basically, I blew up some pictures there so that way you could see it better.